All right, I haven't been on here for quite some time. I've taken a big sabbatical and a regrouping, trying to figure out what on earth is happening. I'm going to talk first about all the Whitehouse things. Telegram, I highly recommend going to Telegram. Santa Surfing has a channel there, so does Ghost Ezra. To get some of this more alternative information about 16+1 and the forbidden letter of the alphabet. Although that has really died down, but what the observations have been is that who's in the White House? And more people are coming out and saying this. We've got Mustang Medic. He actually moved there to see and do reporting. Not that happy with his work. And then you've got Citizen Richard Journalist, I believe his name is. And he came out with an important video where it was a speech being given by Jing Biden in the Rose Garden, and he had an apartment or a hotel where he had an access view and auditory hearing of what was going on here in the Rose Garden. And for instance, ambulance would go by and he could hear it, and then while he's watching it live on TV, there is no ambulance sound going by. There's no cars there. There's no snipers on the White House, which hasn't been there for quite some time. So there are some real legitimate questions of what's really going on there. It does appear to be, in many instances, all a show, a CGI. We've got the Biden video that comes out, and they actually fact-checked this. It's hilarious, and claim that it's not the case, where the microphone, his hand goes right through the microphone. And everyone's saying this is CGI. The fact checkers come out and say, oh, it's not CGI. Well, what I believe it is, and there was a technological company that showed like a shower. It's like a shower. And there's like a green screen all the way around it, and you stand into this thing, and it has the ability to project you onto, let's say, a music stage, onto any stage with the people in the front of you. All right. So this technology already exists, and they make a big, oh, look, you never have to even leave your room, and it looks like you're here, it looks like you're there. I think that this was the technology that they used. Their justification, probably the great threat of anyone outside of their narrow scope of comrades. Let's call them that. Anyone who's not a comrade, they're threatened by. They justify their putting on this production because it's too dangerous to be at the Capitol. That's my guess, and they can't let the demonic people know, because we might try to figure out where they are. And actually, we've learned now that there are several White House recreations, not only in Hollywood. Tyler Perry has an exact replica of the White House, so it's not, there's venues that they can be using. Also, videos have come out where we know that Biden has attached earlobes now. Attached earlobes are a genetic marker for a Germanic European trait. You got attached earlobes, more than likely you've got some German Austrian bloodline in you. Biden had a quite distinct earlobe. Our ears do grow as we age. They do not ever attach to your head like this. See that? I have an attached earlobe. Yes, my first ancestors came right from German Austria. Now Biden's are attached, and now because the media hears that that's out there, they're saying, oh, it's because of all of his facelifts. Okay, so you pull a facelift up, I don't know how pulling a facelift up is going to attach your ears. So I guess they're saying they pulled up so much skin, they've attached the earlobe down. That's what they're saying. You've also got some other pictures when you look at the, the before and after. There's quite a bit of differences in ratios of eyes and nose. However, we do know what plastic surgery can do to an individual. But what people are saying, is this in fact Joe Biden, or is it a really good double? We've also seen now here outrageously masks that were all of a sudden I'd be talking, and they have one with a woman who's got breasts, big breasts, beautiful, and all of a sudden she just rips it off, rips the bodysuit off, the breasts are gone, she had nice cleavage, boom, pulls this mask off, and it's sort of like Mission Impossible kind of a thing. These things exist, so some are saying that, who is actually speaking to us? I think it's a very valid question. There's a lot, of course, questioning is considered terrorism now. Something's up. Something's still up. It's not that President Trump is running the country from Mar-a-Lago, from that White House. Not happening, folks. Sorry. All of my position on Trump is, up yours, Trump. And I know people don't want to hear this. And I take just a little bit that I'll say anti-Trump, the wrath. And you know what? We're no better than they are. And I worked for the Republican campaign. I loved the man. But I have a discerning mind, and I will not be deceived. I will not be deceived by anyone and follow anyone blindly. This is what the best to come is. Don't forget, that's what he said. The best is yet to come. Everything continues to get worse and worse. And it was Trump. It was Trump who did warp speed vaccines. I feel that it was all, I've used this in a ruse to get out, separate the wheat from the tare, show the terrorists from the comrades, the Christians from the atheists. We're all exposed for who we are. I think that's what's Trump's role. He's in hiding. How convenient for him. Isn't it convenient for him? He can't speak anywhere, I don't know, that just seems a little too convenient. He did allow this to happen. He didn't stop it. And now we're headed straight into communism. I have thought from the very get-go, and oftentimes my core odd belief has been right. Told some of you I have been a psychic, a tarot card reading, a palmist. People used to come to me because of my psychic abilities. Don't listen to psychics, and I'm not suggesting you listen to me. But there is a discernment from the Holy Spirit that you can ask for. And God can speak to you. And from the very get-go, I thought, I think this is a military takeover from China. I believe our country has been taken over by China. That's why nobody's in the White House. Who's really in Biden's? Is that a bodysuit? Who is that? Where is he? Is he speaking? All of it. And then my husband will say, well, the representatives would all know. The representatives would do something. Wouldn't they tell us? I don't know. Now, executive order on Second Amendment. Biden made some dismissive comment about how inconsequential the Constitution is. And it seems odd because we've got footage of him saying, wait a minute, you can't do that. That's unconstitutional. This is, the rapidity of how quickly that they're taking down the country. We're not even at 6 months. Will there even be a country left in a year? They're vamping up the World War at an accelerated speed. Everything's warp speed, warp speed. Thank you, Trump, warp speed. We got to take America down now. And it's moving fast. And then the problem is too many entrepreneurs held on. The will of America held on through all this coronavirus baloney, right? And we're opening up, and you've got some heroic governors, such as in Florida and Texas, who are trying to save their state. And I think they expected this destruction of America from COVID to be more severe than, in fact, it really is and has been. So what's going to happen with that? We've got Dr. Fauci, well, Texas is going to kill us all. Well, even a mainstream media comes out and says, well, their numbers are actually going down. So, and Fauci's like, well, it's only been 3 weeks, just wait, the death will come. Instead of, wow, yay, he's clearly Dr. Death. So then they're going to have to do the vaccine passport now they want to come out with. Which is complete communism. There's going to be a significant amount of the population who will not get vaccinated. Doesn't appear that way. Even my own beloved aunt, who I used to look up to, she's an anesthesiologist, or was, went to nursing school with my blessed mother, deceased from COVID. I think a lot of these people who have science backgrounds, I have a science background, however, I am an anomaly. Buy up, gobble up, follow what they tell you, the dictates. The doctor is the overlord of the nurse, and they obey. It's kind of militaristic in a way, and nurses don't have really any recourse if they do not and cannot challenge the doctor's orders. So there is a obedience that's drilled into a lot of these people in health staff, and they go to their seminars and they get their education, and they are told what's new, and they go okay, and they obey. These are the new drugs that the doctors administer, they obey. So I'm not surprised, let's just say, that my aunt couldn't wait to get her vaccine, and she got very, very, very ill. Didn't, enough to write something on Facebook, but it's okay. I don't know how she's doing now, but she's in her, I don't know, could be getting close to 80. She's very virile and a lovely human being. Obviously lost. She was a Trumpster, but here she is on Facebook. Can't wait to get my vaccine. Got my vaccine. Oops, really sick. Got my, and criticizing anybody who would even question the vaccine. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go live. I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to be talking about science and the process of science and how science works, and my background in science, and how anyone now who questions science is a national and global threat and needs to be considered a terrorist. Over now.